Good morning, this is Connor from 0DTE Traders here to present our market minute for October 1st, 2024. It is the start of a new month and new quarter, and equities are getting hammered. SPX down 1.2%, 256.92. It is clearly bearish out here. ADD negative 1,000, volume difference negative 1.6 to 1. Growth mega caps underperforming here. Megs down 2%, Nvidia down 2.5%, Apple down 3.4%, Tesla down 3.6%. So this move is being led lower by the growth mega caps. Meanwhile, VIX, a measure market volatility, is spiking up 22%, now back above the 20 handle. That is an exacerbating factor. So if you are a dip buyer today, you want to see that peak and contraction in vol, because if vol doesn't get sold and remains sticky, upside rallies are going to get sold into. So upside is going to have struggle to sustain. Now, we do have a change in dynamics today, and this is a result of the removal of the 5750 JP Morgan short call. This was distorting price action over the past week and a half, suppressing volatility, creating that mean reversion effect. That put caller trade has been rolled and no longer has significance, meaning the market is now more prone to a directional move one way or the other. Essentially, it's going to take less supply to move markets lower, less demand to move markets higher, and clearly we're resolving lower here this morning. We did have a setup right from the open. This is a double cycle high. At major resistance, 5770, which is SPY 575 call wall, 5775, which is SPX gamma resistance. You also have the all-time high up in this region at 5767. So pretty strong resistance zone. Again, resolution to the downside. We broke the flip, which is a risk-off indication. Now, we have been trading above the flip for the past 2.5 weeks. Which is known as the buy the dip regime, as flows come in and support the upside, which has played out very, very well. We are seeing a potential regime change today. I guess it's really going to depend where we close, because below 5,700 is where that negative gamma sits. Now, in terms of downside, well, we probably want to be booking profits on our shorts here. And perhaps looking for dip buys, although being below the flip and the lack of supportive flows and the fact that it's clearly counter trend, we should be approaching those dip buys with a little bit more caution. But we are now 5-minute, 15-minute oversold. So bulls really need to reclaim 5,700 and then perhaps stage a rally back up to that 5735 handle. If downside continues, we have support at 5675, 5670, which is also entry into a very large gap on the downside with fill at 5618. Just to give you a different visual, this is the SPX notional gamma chart from yesterday, and you can see the significance of that 5750 strike. This is due to the JP Morgan short call trade. And this has really been pinning markets, pinning the SPX over the past few trading sessions. We closed 12 points above it yesterday, 10 points below it the day prior, and then 5 points the day before that. So clearly it's been acting as a pin, but those supportive flows are gone, or they have diminished greatly. Now, that doesn't mean we can't revert back to 5750. Definitely possible. But the market is more prone to sustaining a directional move. So if we look at the notional gamma today, we see a reduction from about 15 billion to about 4 billion, right? So quite a reduction in those supportive flows. Now, on a positive note, the call wall did shift higher to 5,800. Although we clearly did not resolve higher, we resolved lower, breaking that 5735 flip, right? So that's the risk-off transition. I wouldn't say it's super clear-cut here, because if we look from 5735 to 5700, we have some red bars, some green bars. It's kind of mixed. It's below 5700 is where we're going to start to see negative gamma, material negative gamma. That's when the gamma index is going to go from positive to negative. We highlighted in our market report this morning that there are several factors that could heighten concern for participants and drive up implied volatility. These include the upcoming U.S. election, geopolitical conflict in the Middle East, as well as the possibility of the yen carry trade unwind reemerging. So all eyes on the VIX. If you'd like to learn 3 option strategies that our traders use to generate consistent profits with 0DTE options, along with a repeatable process on how to trade these strategies effectively, join the team at 0DTEtraders.com.